The glittering landscape of modern celebrity culture often presents a flawless facade of glamour, success, and effortless romance. Yet beneath the perfectly curated surfaces lies a complex world where public personas clash with private realities. In the age of digital media, every public figure navigates a delicate tightrope between what they choose to share with millions of followers and the raw, often painful truths of their personal lives. It is a world where a single photograph can spark intense global conversation, serving as a subtle message, a declaration of independence, or a quiet reflection of an underlying storm. For those who live their lives under the unyielding glare of the spotlight, the boundaries between the public domain and the private sanctuary are permanently blurred, transforming intimate human-to-human experiences into global narratives that captivate audiences around the world. Every post, every caption, and every sudden silence becomes a piece of a larger puzzle that the public eagerly attempts to solve. Searching for deeper meaning within the fleeting moments of a celebrity's public timeline, this intricate dance between fame and reality is particularly evident in the fast-paced world of modeling, acting, and digital influence, where careers are built on visibility and personal milestones are treated as breaking news. The intense scrutiny from fans and media outlets creates an environment where personal transitions are magnified, and the pressure to maintain an image of absolute control is immense. When high-profile relationships begin to capture the public imagination, they are often celebrated as modern fairy tales, filled with red carpets, public declarations of affection, and an outpouring of collective admiration. However, the realities of maintaining a deep connection while managing demanding professional obligations, constant travel, and the unrelenting attention of paparazzi can place an extraordinary strain on even the most passionate bonds. It is within this high-stakes environment that a new chapter is currently unfolding, capturing the attention of millions who watch as two prominent figures navigate a profound shift in their shared journey. If you want to stay updated on the most captivating stories from the heart of the entertainment industry, make sure to subscribe to our channel and join our growing community. The story that has recently taken center stage involves individuals who have spent years building distinct paths in the public eye, earning dedicated followings through their unique talents and charismatic presence. On one hand, there is a world of high fashion, digital branding, and visual storytelling, where every appearance is meticulously crafted to convey a sense of elegance, strength, and contemporary style. On the other hand, there is the unpredictable, high-energy world of contemporary comedy and mainstream television, defined by sharp wit, raw vulnerability, and an innate ability to connect with audiences on a deeply personal level. When these two distinct worlds collided, it created a powerful synergy that immediately drew the focus of media commentators and fans alike, setting the stage for a highly watched relationship that seemed to move at an incredibly rapid pace. The public watched with fascination as their lives became intertwined, eagerly following the milestones of a romance that seemed to embody the vibrant energy of modern celebrity culture. Yet, as any observer of the entertainment industry knows, the initial excitement of a high-profile romance is often followed by the quiet, formidable challenges of building a shared life under constant observation. The demands of a thriving career in Hollywood or the global modeling circuit require an immense investment of time, energy, and emotional focus, frequently forcing individuals to spend long periods apart. These physical distances are often compounded by the emotional weight of living under a microscope, where every rumor is dissected and every minor disagreement can become the subject of widespread speculation. As the initial chapters of their relationship progressed, the underlying complexities of their fast-moving lives began to surface, presenting challenges that would test the foundations of their connection. The transition from a whirlwind romance to the deeply grounded responsibilities of a shared future is a journey fraught with difficulties. Even far away from the cameras and the headlines, the tension between professional ambition and personal stability forms the backdrop of a narrative that is currently captivating audiences. As reports begin to surface regarding the current state of their union, in recent days, the digital sphere was set ablaze by a series of striking visual updates that seemed to signal a significant shift in tone, blending undeniable allure with a quiet, contemplative independence. A collection of sun-drenched photographs shared with millions of viewers showcased a moment of serene relaxation against a backdrop of natural beauty, capturing an image of absolute confidence and grace. The accompanying words, seemingly casual yet rich with subtext, hinted at a desire for rest and a momentary escape from the overwhelming demands of a chaotic life. This public display immediately ignited a wave of speculation among followers and media analysts, who viewed the images not merely as a celebration of personal beauty, but as a poignant commentary on a changing personal landscape. As the public dissects these latest visual clues, the broader context of their journey begins to come into sharper focus, revealing a timeline marked by rapid acceleration, profound life changes, and the ultimate realization that some paths may diverge despite the deepest of intentions. The contrast between the vibrant, sunlit imagery presented to the world and the intricate, challenging realities unfolding behind closed doors serves as a powerful reminder of the human element that exists at the core of every celebrity story. The evolution of their bond, from its early promising days to the current period of intense speculation, reflects the timeless struggle to balance individual identity with the demands of a high-profile partnership. This unfolding dynamic sets the stage for a deeper exploration of the events, pressures, and personal choices that have led to this pivotal moment in their lives, leaving audiences eager to understand the true nature of the storm brewing beneath the surface of these perfect frames. The delicate balance between a public image and private struggle was thoroughly shattered when official reports began to emerge, confirming that the high-profile romance between the celebrated comedian and the prominent model had come to an end. The revelation sent shockwaves through the entertainment world as fans scrambled to understand how a relationship that seemed so vibrant on the surface could dissolve so quickly behind closed doors. The timeline of their shared journey reveals a whirlwind of intense emotions and monumental milestones that occurred at a breathtaking pace, creating a situation where the two stars barely had time to truly understand one another before facing the ultimate test of partnership. The arrival of their newborn daughter, Scotty, which should have been a moment of absolute joy and unified celebration, instead amplified the pre-existing fractures in their bond, forcing them to confront the stark realities of their vastly different lives. The profound responsibility of welcoming a child into the world brings an immense emotional and physical toll, and when that transition occurs under the unyielding glare of public scrutiny and relentless professional demands, the pressure can become entirely unsustainable. Insiders close to the situation began to paint a vivid and tense picture of the hidden dynamics that ultimately doomed the relationship, pointing directly to the irreconcilable conflict between professional ambition and domestic necessity. The celebrated comedian, known for his relentless work ethic and a chaotic schedule that requires constant global travel for filming, stand-up comedy tours, and promotional commitments, found himself trapped between two competing worlds. On one hand, the financial and professional realities of his career demanded his constant presence on sets and stages around the world, making it practically impossible to remain anchored in one place for extended periods. On the other hand, the glamorous influencer and model was navigating the deeply transformative and exhausting postpartum period, craving stability, consistency, and a reliable partner at home to help share the immense burden of raising their newborn daughter. The fundamental disconnect between a father traveling the globe to secure financial success and a mother isolated at home seeking immediate emotional and physical support created a breeding ground for deep resentment and mounting frustration. As the weeks progressed following the birth of their daughter, the atmosphere behind the scenes grew increasingly volatile, with sources confirming that the former couple was actively struggling to maintain even a basic level of civility. The difficult transition into co-parenting has proven to be an extraordinary hurdle, characterized by intense disagreements and a painful inability to find common ground. While both individuals publicly expressed a desire to remain friends and establish a cooperative environment for the sake of their child, the emotional fallout of the breakup has made reaching that peaceful destination nearly impossible at this current juncture. The stark reality is that they are simply not getting along, as the rapid nature of their initial romance left them without a solid foundation of mutual understanding or deep personal knowledge to lean on during times of crisis. They were already experiencing significant friction during the pregnancy itself, realizing far too late that the initial spark of physical attraction and shared excitement was not entirely sufficient to weather the complex, life-altering challenges of sudden parenthood. The tension has been further exacerbated by the constant media commentary and the contrasting ways both parties are attempting to process the grief of their failed relationship in the public eye. The model's recent decision to share stunning sun-drenched photographs of herself relaxing in a striking orange bikini was widely interpreted by media analysts as a calculated move to project an aura of unbothered independence and strength. By showcasing her flawless physique and projecting an image of absolute confidence, she effectively sent a powerful visual message to her former partner, demonstrating that she remains a force to be reckoned with despite the emotional wreckage of their split. This public display of resilience stands in stark contrast to the quiet, agonizing negotiations occurring behind the scenes, where lawyers and representatives are working tirelessly to iron out the complex details of custody, support, and co-parenting schedules for young Scotty. The juxtaposition of a serene, glamorous digital persona with the messy, exhausting reality of an bitter custody dispute highlights the profound disconnect that defines modern celebrity breakups, despite the heavy emotional toll of the separation and the ongoing hostilities surrounding their co-parenting efforts. Those within the comedian's immediate circle insist that he is managing to stay afloat during this incredibly turbulent chapter. Friends and close colleagues have rallied around him, providing an ironclad network of emotional support to ensure that he does not fall back into old self-destructive habits that have occasionally plagued his past. This collective shield of friendship has allowed him to maintain his grueling work schedule while privately processing the failure of his latest romance. Furthermore, sources emphasize that despite the bitter arguments and the distinct lack of harmony between the two exes, the comedian remains deeply committed to being as supportive as possible under the circumstances. He possesses an innate awareness that a helpless infant is caught in the middle of this adult storm, and he has repeatedly communicated through intermediaries that the health, safety, and long-term well-being of their daughter remain his absolute, non-negotiable priority. However, wanting to be a supportive parent and actually executing a successful co-parenting strategy when communication has completely broken down are two entirely different matters. The daily reality for the former couple involves brief, icy exchanges, rigid scheduling managed by third parties, and an underlying current of unresolved anger that threatens to boil over at any moment. The rapid escalation from a passionate, fast-moving love affair to a cold, distant business-like arrangement for childcare has left both individuals feeling emotionally drained and profoundly disillusioned. They are learning the hard way that when things happen too quickly in the world of high-profile romance, the calm down can be incredibly jarring, leaving both participants to pick up the pieces of a fragmented life while the entire world watches every single move they make, waiting for the next sign of trouble. The unfolding saga of this high-profile separation serves as a poignant case study in the modern mechanics of fame, revealing the heavy human toll that accompanies a life lived entirely in the public eye. At the absolute core of this entire narrative is a profound shift in the individual journeys of two people who must now redefine their identities independently of one another, even as they remain irrevocably bound by the lifelong responsibility of parenthood. For the celebrated comedian, this latest chapter adds another complex layer to a public journey that has always been defined by a rare, unfiltered vulnerability. Throughout his career, he has bravely utilized his personal struggles, emotional heartbreaks, and battles with mental health as the primary fuel for his creative expression, earning the deep respect of millions who see their own flaws reflected in his raw honesty. Yet, this current situation presents an entirely new kind of challenge, as he must now learn to balance his demanding artistic drive with the quiet, ego-dissolving duties of being a present and reliable father to his daughter, Scotty. His close friends note that this experience is forcing a profound maturation, prompting him to seek a healthier balance between the chaotic adrenaline of the stage and the stable, grounding energy required to raise a child. For the prominent model and influencer, the journey forward is equally transformative, marking a powerful transition from a highly visible public personality to a protective and fiercely independent mother. Navigating the intense physical and emotional demands of the postpartum period is an extraordinary feat for any woman, but doing so while managing the fallout of a bitter, highly publicized breakup requires an incredible reservoir of inner strength. Her recent social media updates, which initially appeared to be simple expressions of glamorous allure, are understood by those closest to her as a vital form of self-preservation and a declaration of personal autonomy. They represent a conscious effort to reclaim her narrative, asserting that she is not merely a figure in someone else's chaotic story, but the empowered author of her own destiny. By focusing heavily on her health, her career, and the well-being of her daughter, she is actively building a secure environment that is entirely insulated from the unpredictable storms that often surround her former partner's public life. This complex situation carries a broader significance that resonates far beyond the confines of celebrity gossip columns. offering a stark reflection on the timeless challenges of modern relationships, co-parenting, and the critical importance of a robust support system. The rapid, whirlwind nature of their initial connection is a phenomenon that many contemporary couples can relate to, serving as a cautionary reminder that a strong partnership cannot be built on intense passion and shared excitement alone. It requires time, deep communication, and a shared understanding of life's fundamental responsibilities to withstand the inevitable pressures of reality. When a child is introduced to a fragile dynamic, the stakes are instantly raised to the highest possible level, transforming a private disagreement into a crucial mission to protect an innocent life. The struggle that this former couple faces in trying to establish a functional co-parenting relationship highlights how incredibly difficult it is to separate personal resentment from parental duty, a challenge that thousands of ordinary families navigate every single day around the globe. As both individuals work tirelessly to navigate this delicate transition, the invaluable role played by their respective inner circles cannot be overstated. The comedian's friends, many of whom are seasoned veterans of the entertainment industry, have created a protective barrier around him, ensuring that he remains focused on his professional commitments and his mental well-being while avoiding the toxic cycle of public retaliation. Similarly, the model's family and close peers have provided a steady foundation of emotional and practical support, helping her manage the overwhelming daily responsibilities of a newborn child while she gradually prepares to return to her high-stakes career in fashion and digital branding. These networks of care serve as a vital reminder that even in a world dominated by digital validation and fleeting public attention, it is the tangible, real-world relationships that provide the ultimate strength needed to survive life's most painful upheavals. They offer a sense of safety and perspective that helps both parties keep their eyes fixed on what truly matters most amidst the deafening noise of global media speculation. Looking toward the future, the path ahead for the former couple remains undeniably long and fraught with complex emotional hurdles, but there are tentative signs of hope that a mutual understanding can eventually be reached. While direct communication between them is currently frozen and managed almost exclusively through legal intermediaries, the absolute consensus regarding their daughter's priority provides a powerful foundation for ultimate healing. As the raw wounds of the initial breakup begin to heal and the dust settles on this chaotic chapter, the practical necessities of raising Scotty will naturally force a more structured, civil, and cooperative routine. Both stars are acutely aware that their daughter will one day grow up to read the headlines and view the digital artifacts left behind by this turbulent period, a reality that incentivizes them to handle their ongoing negotiations with the utmost dignity, privacy, and long-term care. The glamorous, sun-drenched frames and the sharp comedic monologues will eventually fade into the background, replaced by the quiet, enduring work of building a healthy co-parenting dynamic that honors their shared love for their child. Ultimately, this story is not merely one of a failed romance or a public dispute, but a deeply human narrative about resilience, growth, and the profound transformation that comes with unexpected change. It reminds us that behind the polished images, the strategic captions, and the sensationalized headlines are real human beings experiencing genuine pain, holding on to fragile hopes, and trying their best to navigate the universal complexities of life, love, and family. As they continue to walk their separate paths under the watchful eyes of millions, both the comedian and the model are proving that true strength is not found in the absence of struggle, but in the courageous ability to move forward, learn from past mistakes, and build a brighter, more stable future for the next generation. Their journey remains a captivating testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to find its footing and reclaim its purpose, even after the most devastating of storms has turned a shared dream into a memory.